This is for Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza. Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine.
While we listen to tunes made by ignorant fools, Israel blocked the UN from delivering food. They bring in the troops and you won't even glimpse of the news. They make money off the products that we're quick to consume. And it's not simply a question of differing views. Forget emotions, this is facts. What I spit is the truth. Makes no difference if you're a Christian or if you're a Jew. They're just people living in different conditions to you. They still die when you bomb their schools, mosques and hospitals. It's not because of rockets, please God, can you stop this all? I'm not related to the strangers on the TV, but I relate, cause those strangers could have been me. Words could never ever explain the raw tragedy. It's not a war, they're just murdering more rapidly, and we are automatically supporting pure savagery. Imagine how you feel if this was your family. Sing it with me now. Free, free Palestine. 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 Palestine remains in my heart forever. We stand for peace, times of war. We shan't surrender. Remember, it didn't start in this dark December. Every coin is a bullet if you're Marks and Spencer. And when you're sipping Coca-Cola, that's another pistol in the holster of them soulless soldiers. You say you know about the Zionist lobby, but you put money in their pocket when you're buying their coffee. Talking about revolution sitting in Starbucks. The fact is, that's the type of thinking I can't trust, let alone even start to respect. Before you talk, learn the meaning of that scarf on your neck. Forget Nestle. Obama promised Israel 30 billion over the next decade. They're trigger happy and they're crazy. Think about that when you're putting Huggies nappies on your baby. Sing it with me now. Free, free Palestine. 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 This is not just a war over stolen land. Why do you think little boys are throwing stones at tanks? And we'll never really know how many people are dead. They drop bombs on innocent girls while they sleep in their bed. Don't get offended by facts, just try and listen. Nothing is more anti-Semitic than Zionism. So please don't bring bad vibes when you speak to me. There's plenty of rabbis that agree with me. It's your choice what you do with this message. Don't get it confused, I view this from a human perspective. How many more resolutions have to be violated? How many more children have to be annihilated? Israel is a terror state, they're terrorists that terrorize. I testify, my television televise, I'm telling lies. This is not a war, it is systematic genocide. But whatever they try, Palestine will never die. Now, free, free Palestine, 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 free, free Palestine. This is for Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza. Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza.
The Zionist state emerged in 1948 after Britain and its allies facilitated its founding in Palestinian territories. Here is its brutal story. The lands known as Palestine were part of the Ottoman Empire a little more than a century ago. During World War I, as the empire faltered and collapsed, eventually giving way to the Republic of Turkey, Britain seized it. In 1917, Britain, in a letter from Arthur James Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, to Lionel Walter Rothschild, stated its support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, paving the way for Israel. The Balfour Declaration, for what it's worth, also demanded protection for Arabs, saying, "Nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities." Yet it did not mention their political or national rights. When the British Mandate over Palestine began, the Jewish population was 9%. With the immigration of European Jews under British allowance, this percentage rose to nearly 27% of the total population between 1922 and 1935. The Holocaust during World War II became one of the major reasons for Jews who were massacred in Europe in the 1940s under the Nazi regime to undertake mass migration to Palestine. This happened despite the fact that in 1939 a British government white paper had tried to cap yearly migration to Palestine to 10,000 persons, excepting emergencies. After World War II, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution calling for Palestine to be partitioned between Arabs and Jews on November 29, 1947. This led to the establishment of Israel. The New York Times at the time wrote, "The walkout of the Arab delegates was taken as a clear indication that the Palestinian Arabs would have nothing to do with the Assembly's decision." Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs notes that on May 14, 1948, on the day in which the British Mandate over Palestine expired, the Jewish People's Council gathered at the Tel Aviv Museum and approved the following proclamation, declaring the establishment of the State of Israel. The new state was recognized that night by the United States and 3 days later by the USSR. And I'm also going to say one more thing, and this is a definition from the Webster's Dictionary definition of apartheid. 1. Racial segregation, specifically a former policy of segregation and political, social, and economic discrimination against the non-white majority in the Republic of South Africa. Note, the extreme racial segregation of apartheid lasted from 1948 to 1994 and included such restrictions as where people of certain races could live or own land, what jobs they could hold, and who could and could not participate in the government. So, by that definition, Israel is, in fact, an apartheid state. Tonight, I have a very special guest. We conducted an interview last week. My good friend Ahmed Shameya is a Palestinian journalist living in Gaza, and he joined me via Zoom last week to just talk about some of his feelings and his experiences and his life living in Gaza. And I discovered Ahmed, as a matter of fact, in the most unassuming of manners. I was browsing on Twitter, and I started to see a lot of different posts from this journalist, and I thought, well, this is one of the very few people that I'm aware of that's posting on a regular basis from Gaza or from anywhere in that area, from that side of the equation. So I'm very grateful to have had Ahmed on the show. Now you'll have to bear with me because the interview was conducted. I'm assuming that Ahmed was talking to me from an internet cafe, so there's a rather interesting amount of background noise, but it kind of gives you a good feeling of the life there. So without further ado, here's my interview with Ahmed Shameya, Palestinian journalist, here on The Long Way Round with me, your host, Malcolm Byrne. Hello?
How are you?
Hi, Ahmed.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay. How are you doing?
Good. And you?
So welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you were able to join me all the way from Gaza.
I'm happy to be with you.
Okay, so we'll start the interview now. Is good?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, great. So where are you exactly? Which city? I mean, which city do you live in?
I live in Khan Yunis city.
And
Khan Yunis camp.
Oh, it's a camp.
Yeah, Khan Yunis camp. Yes.
Okay. So first, I just want to ask you about daily life where you live, just everyday experiences.
Yeah, the life is beautiful here in Gaza. I love the people of Gaza, and I love to share all things with them. People live with everything, like live in war, live in peace, they have to live, and they believe in the life is beautiful and have to live. Go to beach, go to in summer. There is no way in Gaza. There is no place in Gaza just to go to the beach.
No.
The sea.
You
As
can,
the best place to go is the beach. The beach.
uh-huh.
The sea. Yeah. And in winter, if there is no way to stay just to stay at home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
The life is expensive and everything is expensive.
expensive. Yeah.
And people live here in difficult situation and suffering. You know, the siege, Israeli occupation have besieged Gaza since 16 years ago, you know, and some tools are permitted. Is not permitted to enter Gaza, like medical tools and educational tools. Life in Gaza is difficult.
And you are basically, are you a full-time journalist, or do you do this as a part-time journalism? Your journalism.
Again?
Do you do your journalism all the time, full-time?
Yes, of course. I do the journalism all the time. You know, here in Gaza, electricity is on 8 hours and is off another 8 hours. When the electricity is off, I can't do the journalism. You know, I share all Swahili occupation crimes in my social media platforms. And I have to use the internet when the electricity is off. No internet.
Uh-huh.
And the internet is big difficult here because it is slow. More slow. You know, we use 2G, not 5G, and 4G or 5G. We use 2G. It's not acceptable for us to use 4G.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so the internet is so slowly, not fast.
Yeah. Let me.
Yes.
Can I ask you who controls the resources? Like, for example, the internet. Who runs the internet? Where?
Internet. Some companies like Salat company and Jawal company, Orido company. These three companies are control the internet here in Gaza.
Okay.
And they sometimes they need to take the internet from Israel.
I see.
Yeah. Like Wi-Fi, we take it from Israel.
I see. And what, for example, things like electricity, water, basic services. Who provides those?
Electricity, you know, the electricity company here in Gaza. It's not work as much as they can. They work 8 hours electricity, 8 hours on electricity, 8 hours off.
So it's limited, yes.
So the electricity is difficult here, and uh, they control the, petrol from Israel, from areas crossing. Sometimes if the areas crossing is closed, there's no fuel come to the company, electricity company, and we will change the 8 hours. We'll change 16 hours off and 4 hours on.
So you never know. Sometimes it's one thing.
And get from municipalities. Municipalities here in Gaza, they give us the water. They not every day. It is not every day. Maybe day is on, day is off.
I see. No, I was going to say it's difficult for us here to imagine how difficult that would be, because we here in America, for example, we just expect we always have electricity. If we don't have electricity for an hour, everybody starts to worry and freak out. So it must be very difficult to have to not have electricity for 8 hours a day. That's really difficult.
Yeah. In war and in the sun, as I said before, when the air crossing is closed by Israeli occupation, I said that electricity 14 hours is off. 14 hours. It's difficult that 14 hours electricity off. There's no internet, no television, no, the phone charge is empty. There is no life.
Right.
No life. And everything's now is depend on electricity.
Yes, of course. No electricity, no life.
No electricity, no life.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. For medical attention, we go to the government hospital, and you must have an insurance, or you will pay money. If you don't have insurance, you will pay money to the hospital for medicine and other treatment. Or there is some private hospital here in Gaza, and it is too expensive. If we go to private hospital, you have to pay much money because it's it's expensive.
Talk a little bit about your work as a journalist. I'm very interested to know how you got started and what makes you keep going out there, because it must be dangerous, I imagine.
I have started my journalism in 2017, for 5 years. I don't have a bachelor's degree in journalism, but I have a bachelor's degree in English education. I use my English language to share the news about Israeli occupation, what they do every day in Palestine. I always translate the news from Arabic to English. I take the news from Arabic resources here in Gaza and translate it to English and share it to my social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and share the videos on my YouTube. If you share about me, Ahmed Shameya, on YouTube, you will find a lot of videos of Israeli occupation crimes here in Gaza and in West Bank and Jerusalem. I face many problems with the internet, as I mentioned before. I face many problems with the slow internet. If there's no internet, no share about all I said. I will not share. And when the electricity is off, like internet is off, and I can't share any news. You know, working as a journalist in Palestine will put your life in a risk. No one in Palestine is secure. Maybe anytime you can killed, you can killed, you can shot by Israeli forces. We don't forget Shireen Abu Akleh.
I was just going to mention.
When he was covering Israeli incursion in Jenin, she was killed, and he is. She is an American resident.
Yeah.
Israeli occupation put all Palestinians in his wagons.
Yeah.
And if I want to travel via
Hello? Sorry,
Hello?
I lost you for 1 second, but you're back. Hello?
With me?
Oh, the internet's gone kind of slow. That's
Sorry, brother.
That's okay.
Electricity, not electricity. Internet is off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I back again. Sorry again.
So you were saying it's dangerous, and also for you. Have you ever been arrested?
No, I haven't been arrested, alhamdulillah, but I go to Jerusalem and no. Here in Gaza there is, Israel is out of Gaza, Israel.
Yeah.
Not here. If I go with air is crossing, if I want to travel via air is crossing, maybe Israeli forces arrest me in any way. Because I am in Gaza and I do my journalist before 2 years in October 2020. Israeli occupation closed my account on Twitter. I have on it 25K, and they closed it. I go to before I work as a journalist. I go to Jerusalem to make an operation in my eyes. To travel via Israeli crossing is difficult, and you cross at risk. You are afraid. You go to Jerusalem and you are afraid. Everywhere Israeli forces, everywhere. In Israel there is no one don't have weapons. All Israeli have weapons. All Israelis residents have weapons. So when you go to Israel, you automatically will be afraid, especially if you are Palestinians. Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine how difficult that must be.
Yeah.
If you could just talk for a second about, I noticed, Stephen, yesterday there was a couple of young men killed, shot. Can you talk about the shootings of young Palestinian men?
This week, 4 young Palestinians are killed by Israeli occupation.
Well, not just men, also children also.
Yeah, 2 in Jenin and I think 2 in Tulkarem. They encouraged they stormed the Jenin camp to arrest someone, and they killed 2 Palestinians, young men, and I think more than 10 Palestinians are injured. due to the Israeli occupation storming at Jenin. Always Israeli forces are storming Palestinian cities, camps, and arrested some people in Palestine, some young men. I don't know why they do that, but I think they want to make more difficult about Palestinian people. It is, I think it is a racism, like it's a part of racism. They are racist. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed also yesterday, I think it was, you had a photograph of someone who's been on a hunger strike. Is there a woman that was on a hunger strike?
Woman?
A man or a woman? I think you had a photograph of a man or a woman that's...
I think it is a lot of Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails are in hunger strike because the administration arrested. They put the Palestinian administration in administrative prisons, and without any trial, without any reason, they are put in prisons without any reason. Yeah.
So so do you think it's mostly just harassment? Just the arrests. Why do they arrest people? What reasons do they give the Israelis?
If someone throw stones against Israeli forces, they storm the city and take 3, 4, 5. Investigation, maybe he or not he, just take someone. If anyone throws stones against Israeli forces, the storms, Israeli forces storms the cities and camps and take some people. They are through or not, and put it in the prisons. Yeah.
And do the prisoners, what kind of legal representation do they have, or do they have any? Do they have any help from legal lawyers to help them? Are there any lawyers that are helping the prisoners that you know?
The prisoners, they have a legal lawyer, but they
can't do very much.
Can't do that. It can't do anything because Israeli administration and Israeli court they do whatever they want.
They have.
The lawyer is like nothing.
Right, of course.
If I talk, and there is nothing.
Nothing.
There are nothing. Yeah.
So frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Yes.
Very frustrating. Well, I'm going to go to another question here. My question, and this is not just for you, but in general, what in terms of work and employment, jobs, things like that, what are the opportunities for people in terms of...
Here in Gaza?
Yes. Like what, if someone was to say, well, what do people do in Gaza to make a living? What are the things typical?
There are a lot of opportunities here, but it's not a big opportunities. Maybe you can use the internet to work. You can work in government ministry. You can work in government government schools.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can work with UNRWA, UNRWA. But here in Gaza, there is no big opportunities to work because of the unemployment percentage here is very high.
Yes.
Yes, and it is reached for more than 65% in Gaza.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's hard.
More than 65% of employment here in Gaza.
Wow.
Maybe you can work as a worker. You can pay something, all these shoes, like a store. You can open the store, but you have to have a lot of money here to open the store. If you have a lot of money, you can open it. Maybe you can have more than $20,000 if you want to open any store, like shoes, clothes, makeup, like that.
I see.
Yeah.
So you have to have some.
And here, there's no just a second. You know the rent of workers. If I work and I want to take my money, you work 12 hours and you take 20 shekels or 25 shekels. It is for work 12 hours. You can take 25 shekels. It's
What's that in America?
like
roughly
in $8-9
for 12 hours.
For 12 hours. Yeah. The life here, wallah, is difficult.
Boy, oh boy.
The life is difficult.
Next time I complain about high gas prices, I'll remind myself. That's oof. Boy, oh boy. Let me ask you about travel. Can you travel? Okay, so in Gaza you're fine. And what about going to other areas of Palestinian? Can you go in the West Bank, for example?
No. We don't allow to go to the West Bank. Just in two ways. Maybe you have two ways. Just if you want to make an operation in your eyes, in your head, in West Bank, in West Bank hospitals, just you go to West Bank. And another way is to work in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But it is restricted. They give you a permission for 1 day, 2 days to go to make an operation, doctors to make an operation, and to work is 6 months, just 6 months, or maybe 1 year to work in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But people like us doesn't have a permission to go to West Bank. I used to say to you, I go to Jerusalem in 2015 because I want to make an operation in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Just if I don't make an operation, you will not go anywhere. And if you want to travel abroad, like to travel to USA, to travel to France, England, you must have a visa, a visa to work or to study in that country. If you don't have a visa, you will not travel. You want to travel.
No. Of course.
Yes.
I see.
Also, Egypt and Israel make restrictions from Israel and against Palestinian people is the security ban. Someone is not allowed to travel. Why? Because of security ban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All these various red tape and restrictions and complicated things are meant to stop people from living, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I know some things about Palestine before 1948, before the,
Yeah.
right? And I know that Palestine had, a good government, it had employment, and then in 1948 that all changed. Okay. What do you think is what would you think is the solution? If you could wave a magic wand and say, okay, here's what should happen. Okay. What would you think would be the solution?
The solution is to free Palestine from the river to the sea. All Palestine is for Palestinians, not for anyone. Just Palestinians. Because, before 1948, there is no Israeli in Palestine. The Zionists and Jews are coming from Ukraine, France, USA, many countries. They are come and they here in Palestine. Palestine is for Palestinians, not for anyone more. For Palestinians. Before a month ago, some immigrants from USA come to Israel. Why? To live in Israel. Why?
Yeah, well...
Why?
Why is that you're asking why? I don't know.
Why they come here? Why American come here and want to settle here? Why?
Well,
and if any Palestinians want to go to America, then it's not allowed.
No, I know. It's
not allowed to go America, to go in any country. You have to be a visa for work, for study, 1 year, 2 years, and go back to Palestine.
Yeah.
Don't settle here.
I can't stay there.
I don't know. They are located at Palestine, and all Palestine is for us, from the river to the sea. Like Jerusalem is for us. What they are told about Tel Aviv is not Tel Aviv, Tel Rabia. It is for us, not for Israeli occupation. The occupier has to leave our land. And one day, Palestine will be free, inshallah.
Inshallah, of course, yes.
One day, Palestine will be free.
Well, I'm going to say something that might get me in trouble, and I don't want to get you in trouble, if I can help it. But there is a view amongst myself and many others that feel this way here in America, that Israel is an apartheid state.
Again?
Do you know this word, apartheid?
Yeah, apartheid, yes.
This is a description that not only myself, but even Jewish people will say about, American Jews will say about Israel, is there's not a difference between the way the Palestinians are treated and, for example, the way things were in South Africa. This is where the word apartheid comes. It means apart.
Why we call Israel as apartheid?
Well, do you agree that we can call Israel apartheid? Do you think it's fair?
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Why? Because Israeli occupation is a racist. and do all way of racism against Palestinians, like shoot Palestinians, child, or young man, young woman, elderly woman, elderly man. They are shot him, assaulted him, beating him. You know, in West Bank, some streets is for Israeli settlers. It's not allowed for Palestinians to cross this road.
Mm-hmm.
It is just for Israeli settlers, not allowed to Palestinians to walk in your car, like you know in America, white people
It was called segregation.
Don't allow the white people, or you don't allow the black people from entering somewhere or some like that. It is apartheid or not? It's apartheid. Racism.
Yeah, there's no question.
Palestinians are not allowed to do all what Israeli do. It's not allowed to walk on the street of Israeli settlers. It's not allowed to go to Jerusalem if you have tasrih, permission to go to Jerusalem. If I am from Jenin and want to go to Jerusalem, you're not allowed. Just you have a permission paper, like it is tasrih in Arabic. Then you have to go. If you have a secure bans, you will not go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of Israeli forces checkpoints in West Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget the apartheid war.
No,
Israeli war.
It's The trouble here in the West is if you use that word about Israel, you can get deplatformed. You can get banned. You can be deplatformed or banned from Twitter for using those words. If you talk about Israel here and say the word apartheid, you can be deplatformed and censored.
I understand. My Twitter. You will find me write Israeli forces, not Israeli occupation forces. Because if I write Israeli occupation, maybe my account will fly.
Yeah, I myself.
Fly to sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I myself, I'm in Twitter jail right now for this very reason. My account is currently locked.
Apartheid Israeli apartheid is maybe your account suspended.
Yeah. Broken the rules.
Israeli occupation, your account will be suspended.
Yeah.
It's not just.
No, not at all. Well, I know that it's difficult, but how do you feel towards an Israeli person, like as a human being?
They are a human being. I feel nothing. They are a human being like us. They have to know that they are the occupier. They are a human being. Americans and Israeli are human beings like us. But I don't know why they kill us, arrested us, assaulted us, beating us, without any sense. Look, some Americans support Palestine. I love them. Like if you know Dini Korma, I think it is American. Yeah.
Who is it?
You know Dini Korma, and you know it is on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know Stanley Cohen.
Stanley Cohen, yes, of course.
Yeah. It is he is support Palestine. It's American and Jews, and he is supporting Palestine.
There are many.
Because they believe that, many Americans and many Jews are supporting Palestine because they believe that Palestine is not for Israel, it is for Palestine, for Palestinians. And they believe that the occupier have to leave Palestine and let Palestinians live in their lands and in love without any war, with peace.
Yeah, I mean, there's an organization called Jewish Voices for Peace.
Jewish Voice for Peace. I appreciate them. They are make the efforts. What they can do, they make it to share, to stand with the Palestinian cause.
I wanted to ask you if you have a message for our listeners, because it's part of my job is to try and help people like yourself, because a lot of people don't know what's going on. Some people don't want to know what's going on, but many people just don't know because the media doesn't tell us. Our Western media, if you turn on the media, you get very little.
Western media does not transfer the truth.
So it's important to have someone like you. You're a very important person.
They didn't tell Americans and the Western people, like in Europe and USA, they didn't tell them the truth. They stand in solidarity with Israel. There is no way, just Palestinian is a terrorist. Palestinian is a terrorist, and Israeli is defense ourselves. Open Twitter, search about Palestine, hashtag free Palestine. You will find a lot of Palestinians share about Palestine. Don't open my Twitter. Open another Twitter.
Yeah. No, I follow many people.
Yes.
But
like I know Sarah Hassan and Shameya and Omar Gharib and Ahmed Shameya and Abdurrahim Al-Farra. I give him thanks for all his work. Abdurrahim Al-Farra, Abdurrahim Al-Farra, it is the one who learned me the journalist. Yeah.
He's like your mentor.
He is, before he is a founder of Palestinian Voices. Now Palestinian Voices is closed. Yeah, I have some messages for the listeners, like stand in solidarity with Palestine and Palestinian people. Don't listen to the Western media, just listen to us. Listen to the Palestinians media. Listen to Palestinian people. Support Palestine in any way you can. And if you can talk about Palestine, do it. Don't stop talking about Palestine. Support Palestine in all kind of your help. If you can also share the Israeli crimes on your social media platforms.
And of course, I'm going to make sure that I tell people about your Patreon link so that people can support you also directly with financial support by signing up to your Patreon. So Ahmed Shameya
on Patreon, yeah.
Tell me what's the most beautiful thing in Palestine?
The most beautiful things in Palestine. There's a lot of beautiful people here are beautiful. Family is beautiful, like the sea, beach. All things in Palestine is beautiful. I don't imagine me live outside Palestine. Maybe I can go out Palestine for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and go back.
So it's your,
I love Palestine. I love Palestine. I can't live without Palestine.
it's your home and you love it.
Yeah, I love my home. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my all people of Palestine. You know, it is a kindness people. They love life. And my neighbors, my friends here in camps, you know, when we go out at home. Not at home, go out. We stay at the streets, stand and laughing, playing.
Friends and family.
Come to Palestine and
I would love to.
You will see.
I would absolutely love to. That would be one of the most
Come
enjoyable.
and I will show you all what I said.
I'll have to take you up on that invitation. It sounds wonderful. So what's the best ways to find you on the internet? On Twitter, of course, Ahmed Shameya on Twitter. Patreon.
You can. Yes, I have a Twitter page. You can find me on Twitter. It's and Instagram and YouTube. I have a Facebook account. Is personal. I don't share it. I don't share anything on Palestine about in my account on Facebook. I don't share about Palestine because if I share about Palestine, my account will be deleted.
Right.
Yeah, you can share. You can find me also on Al Kufiya institution. It's Al Kufiya.org. I am the founder of Al Kufiya on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and Patreon. You can find us here.
Well, I'll make sure to put all of those.
Yeah, I have a group, and they work all day and night to share Israeli crimes.
I'll make sure
on
to put those
and
links.
on my account.
Yeah. I'll make sure to put all of those links on the.
Thank you.
So forth. Well, Ahmed, it's been fantastic to have you on the show. I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Nothing. I want to thank all listeners, and I want to thank you, Malcolm. God bless you all, and I am happy to be with you, and I want to, if you want more and more, to make an interview, I am ready, inshallah.
Inshallah, of course. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
I am ready.
Okay. God bless.
God bless.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. And that was an interview I did last week with Palestinian journalist Ahmed Shameya. And if you are interested in seeing Ahmed's work, you can see it. Go to his Patreon channel. That's Ahmed Ahmed Shameya, which is spelled Shameya, Ahmed Shameya, and he would very much appreciate your support financially. Even $5 a month will help very much. So if you can donate, that would be wonderful. Also, you can follow him on Twitter at Ahmed WSH95. That's AHMEDWSH95. That's his Twitter account. And Ahmed tends to post there almost every day, depending on the electrical availability. And Ahmed, if you're listening, thank you very much, brother. You have a lot of support here. I also wanted to just mention there's an organization which I did refer to during the interview. It's called Jewish Voices for Peace, which is a national grassroots organization inspired by Jewish tradition to work for just and lasting peace according to principles of human rights, equality, and international law for all the people of Israel and Palestine. JVP has over 200,000 online supporters, over 70 chapters, a youth wing, a rabbinic council, an artists council, an academic advisory council, and an advisory board made up of leading U.S. intellectuals and artists. Okay, I'm going to play a track, and then we'll come back with some music which is dedicated for Ahmed and all the Palestinian people in the next hour. So here's a track from one of my favorite Netflix shows from the series Moo, and it's kind of an endearing comedy, if you will, but a family of Palestinian immigrants living in Houston, Texas. This is from the soundtrack, and we'll be right back.
Zone بحط للكون challenge NFT no one can clone time it. No matter what's the cost, as long as the cause matters. From coast to coast to coast to coast. Paragon, my paradigm is paranormal. Regal is Farrakhan and Ferragamos. Hand on the Bible, pre-dawn Quran recital. Repeat the cycle, my archetype tribal. Front and center, master inventor. Adventure, take the cold and add pressure. Diamond in the sand, clandestine. Dominant hand caress my weapon. No half-stepping, a transgression. Print no retraction or correction. No cooperation or confession. Only make statements and projections. Bow my head in reverence in the presence. Al-Aqsa ancestor essence. My savage methods are battle-tested. Smack wreckage, I just dumbass neck in a nanosecond. Not sweating a shining cloud. But if his name's getting shouted out, you're not about to leave mine out. Mo Amin, oh Osama. Yo mama, A-Leaf, Voltrana. And spit it for our dear ones. So when it hits the eardrums, they'll know that we were here once. War zone, بحط للكون challenge. NFT, no one can clone time it.
No matter what's the cost, as long as the cause matters.
From coast to coast to coast to coast. Hit him up, hit him Ali, hit him up. Racist people never know they're racist till you let them know. And we let them know. Palestinian rhythm flow. Now put your hands up till you hear a drone.
بعد الرول أنا مثبت الووك. جناحي ما بدها باسبورت. ستيرويز لفوق يلا علي الصوت. بدل ما طمن الطباخ وانا القرصون. أصلي مثل زعتر ومفلفل في فولكلور. بوليس يقول لي فريز وانا ديكو مور. ببث الحدث من الحدث ما فيش كنترول. كباب وبوم بوم حبيبي والماتش مور.
And spit it for our dear ones. So when it hits the eardrums, they'll know that we were here once.
The mic's on, I rep my home answer. NFT, no one can clone myself. No matter what's the cost, as long as the cause matters. From coast to coast to coast to coast.
Get him ho, hit him Ali, hit him no. Racist people never know they racist till you let them know. Ayy, and we'll let them know. Palestinian rhythm flow. Now put your hands up till you hear a drum.
From our studio in Midtown, this is Radio Kingston, WKNY, AM 1490, FM 1079, Kingston, New York.
Hi, I'm Rachel Tantillo from Rupco. At Rupco, we work hard to create homes, support people, and improve communities. We provide a wide array of programs and services to our community, including homebuyer education and grants to purchase your first home. We offer foreclosure prevention counseling, we administer Section 8 rental assistance, and we manage over 700 units of affordable rental housing. And we're developing new, innovative, affordable housing opportunities in our area through historic preservation and new construction. For more information about what Rupco can do for you, call 845-331 2140 or visit rupco.org.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Walkowitz from O Positive Radio Hour, Tuesday nights at 8 here on Radio Kingston. Every October during the O Positive Festival, we exchange the art of medicine for the medicine of art. And the O Positive Radio Hour is one of the ways that we keep that mission and exchange alive all year long. Every week, we feature themes around art, music, and wellness.
With me, Sean Harrison.
And me, Jesse Shearer.
And me, Joe Conqueror.
And me, Amy Gardner.
And me, Lindsay.
And me, Lara Hope.
We speak with creative people, feature the voices and work of O Positive alumni artists, musicians, and providers, and get insights from experts in all fields. Plus, we play incredible music from our festival performers during every show. That's the O Positive Radio Hour, every Tuesday night at 8, right here on Radio Kingston, AM 1490, FM 1079, and anytime at radiokingston.org.
And we're in hour 2 of The Long Way Round. I'm your host, Malcolm Byrne. You know, I didn't even play my usual theme music for the show. I just jumped right in with that first track by one of my favorite artists, Low Key, with a track called Long Live Palestine. And my guest on the first hour was fantastic young journalist, Ahmed Shameya from Gaza. And in the next hour, for the next 55 minutes or so, I'm going to play some theme-oriented music. This is for you, Ahmed. We'll start off with a track called Haifa in a Tesla, sort of tongue-in-cheek, by Saint Laurent.
Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, told the soldier to relax, kicking us out of our homes, but they know we taking them back, yeah. Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, immigration to the trap, got Edward Said in the front, with Bella Hadid in the back. Hop in the whip to the Bellas, bumping Fadus and we reppin' the 970 all the way from Nablus to Jerusalem. Gotta get used to him. Jacob was saying if I don't steal it, someone else will. But you still won't take him for his word, and I'm tired of watching all the blood spill. Yeah. Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, told the soldier to relax, kicking us out of our homes, but they know we taking them back, yeah. Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, immigration to the trap, got Edward Said in the front, with Bella Hadid in the back. Elvis marié, je l'ai rencontré la veille. Je fais que bosser, je vois même pas le soleil. Je suis en train de lever de l'argent dans la baie et je signe le deal en terrasse à Marseille. On the grid, that's disrespectful to my people, huh? They act like we don't wanna live, but no, we wanna be his equal, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rode a Haifa in a rode a Haifa in a Tesla, immigration to the track, got Edward Said in the front, with Bella Hadid in the back, yeah. In the bando whipping automatic, got a lot of habits that I can't control. When I'm in Nablus, I swear to my mama I can't stop beating clever with the bros. I don't need pieces, I need to go back to my country and buy the whole city Ferraris. And once we get freedom, we all going back together. Remember, you call me a traitor. It's easy for you to say out in Connecticut. Way that I murdered a beat is illegal, so might as well go ahead, call me a settlement. No, it's terrible on the scene, ولا كلمة أنا فيك. راكب سايق على البيت، جواز فرنسي باليمين، ماسك كاسي بالشمال، بدخل فيهم فلسطين. Montreal for the weekend, New York on the low, next month in Morocco, then go to Cairo for a show, yeah. I wanna invest in my people, I wanna invest in the land. Said I wanna go back to hustle, and I wanna lay in the sand, yeah. Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, told the soldier to relax, kicking us out of our homes, but they know we taking them back for real. Rode a Haifa in a Tesla, immigration to the trap, got Edward Said in the front, with Bella Hadid in the back, yeah.
بعده في روح في نار بعده في فايا 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 قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نفس قولوا له بعده في روح يو دي جي قولوا له بعده في روح يا دوبني ذرة داخل مجرة نرحل مرة واحدة فلواتها رح أعيش مليون مرة أنا جيت في شغف أنا جيت في عطش أنا جيت أشرب هذا الكون جيبني يمين جيبني يسار جيب كيف ما تجيب رح أوقف كمل هذا اليوم بس سيطرش على أحداث العالم هذا ضخم ولا بعرف أقعد ولا أحط إجر على إجر فأعطيني أنت موسيقتي أعطيني أنت منصتي بسيطر على كل شبر فأنا داخل المعارك مرة جاهز ومرة خايف بس المؤكد إني هحارب مش رح أمشي للهدوء طريقة هادية قول دي جي ما يوقف قولوا له ما يحط ستوب قولوا له بعدني برقص قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في روح بعده في روح قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نار بعده في فايا 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 قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نفس قولوا له بعده في روح يو دي جي قولوا له بعده في روح هيا انتي يا حلوة هيا انتي يا بيوتيفولا مالك وافي عن بعد مالك في القرنة لو صار اللي صار موضوع لقاء منا كلنا فإلي شرف انه انا وانتي نبدا نرجع نبض وحيا للدنيا فقولنا دي جي ما يوقف قولوا له ما يحط ستوب عندي معمل برقص قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في روح بعده في روح قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نار بعده في فايا 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 قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نفس قولوا له بعده في روح يو دي جي قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في روح بعده في روح قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نار بعده في فايا 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 قولوا له بعده في روح بعده في نفس قولوا له بعده في روح يو دي جي قولوا له بعده في روح
track called Carry the Earth, performed by Le Trio Joe Brun and good old Roger Waters from the album The Long March. Before that, we heard Tamer Nafar with a track in, the title is in Arabic, and I apologize, but my Arabic is not good, so I can't tell you the name of the track. Before that, we heard Saint Lavant with Haifa in a Tesla, and to start that set off, we heard the theme song from the Netflix series Mo with the track called Overdose. Let's see. I'd like to play this next track called Bad Timing. No, actually, I'm going to play Ramadan. It's a track called Ramadan, and then we'll take a little commercial break, and then we'll be right back after those messages. Stay tuned.
تهد بيوت راح طلع الليل بنص الورشات في من صحوبي كوكب كبسات زميل رمضان وعدوا للبيت لا تحسن جوك 4 حبات و7 بالزيف بوع بقوم وغاب والحباب لساني بيسلخ كانه يمي انا كلكو بالصوت تغبنا هش ولا صوت غنيرج نحكي بس في وصول في فصول الشعب العربي تحول اول تاني عيش بتهبل قلبي حشر كله وتفزر الله وحده عارف شو بطحن طوحن قابض ضلك عالصومت خابط كسر الظابط فيضان في شتاء ناس تتخبى في ثلوج وهواء نلغي طلع عادي بكيت منفعش كم حبة دوين بدنا صحبط فالفيروح ما بعد الروح يشتغل تحت تروب نكمل رحلة قد ما تحد تنوب محسوب لك قد ما تهد بيوت راح تبنى بحب زيتون المستزاح ليش الناس تحبها بتغدركش ولا كيكة ان الناس تعبانة كتير بتتعب صاحبي خطير على 12 بطل يحكي صاحبي حب شعره كتير بطل يحلك تشتي دنيا تسكي في الاخضر ولا بطل يحلك هتتمازك امل تفرق السطر ما بطل تفرق في النهاية كله رايح فلنحارب حتى نفلك والصوت في اداء نيكلور مين هاد رمضان ما بتجيش ببلاش طوفون فيضان في زجاج يتناثر بكورولا بيضة نتكاثر قديش الدنيا فيضان في شتاء ناس تتخبى في ثلوج وهواء نلغي طلع عادي بكيت منفعش كم حبة دوين بدنا صحبط فالفيروح ما بعد الروح يشتغل تحت تروب نكمل رحلة قد ما تحد تنوب محسوب لك قد ما تهد بيوت راح تبنى
Gregory McCullough from Beyond the Four Walls.
Hi, I'm Joy McVeigh from One Hope Community at Clinton Avenue Church.
And I'm Brent Felker from the Art Society of Kingston.
We all maintain outdoor refrigerators of free food for everyone. All community members are encouraged to give food and take food. The community fridge at 14 Van Buren Street is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
This kind of sharing and mutual aid strengthens our community, and it deepens our connection with each other. The Blue Fridge at 122 Clinton Avenue is open every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Our fridge is at 97 Broadway and is open 24 hours a day.
Be sure to label any homemade meals with all ingredients and the date you made it, and package them in 1 to 2 meal servings.
We love sustainable packaging if it's available.
All food is welcome at the fridges, and staples like milk, bread, eggs, yogurt, and cheese are always in demand.
Radio Kingston.
Muchas voces.
Muchas voces.
Muchas voces.
Una comunidad.
Hola amigues, I am Mariel Fiori. Every Monday through Friday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. we have La Voz con Mariel Fiori here at Radio Kingston. It's an inspiring hour of interviews, commentary, good music, current issues and information. Knowledge is power. and it's all en español. La Voz with Mariel Fiori. Every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. Here on Radio Kingston, AM 1490, FM 1079, or anytime at radiokingston.org.
And let's see, Ulster Corp's Zombie Escape. The 12th annual Ulster Corp Zombie Escape is taking place at Williams Lake Saturday, October the 29th. There'll be a 5K timed race in Zombie Escape, a 2K walk, and a free 1K kids fun run. You'll pass socially distanced zombies and other spooky surprises along the path in the woods, tunnels, and caves during the races. You can register as an individual or as a team if you have 5 or more people. Teams must register by October 26th. They have registration for the 5K, and 2K is $30 with discounts for registering online and for teams. That's the, excuse me, 12th annual Ulster Corp Zombie Escape. Sounds fascinating. Saturday, October 29th at Williams Lake in Rosendale. Races begin at 11 a.m. and awards will be given out at 12:30 p.m. For more information and to register, go to ulstercorp.org. Just wanted to say one little thing and then do some more music. It's interesting how in the West, when I say the West, I mean the United States, Canada, England, and most of Europe. There's this kind of sense that you get this kind of sense of selective outrage. People can get very upset about certain things. For example, Ukrainian refugees, things like that. Yet, what happens to the Palestinians on a daily basis? People are kind of like, I don't know if they don't care, they're just not interested, or it's just been going on for such a long time that they don't know what to think about it. But there's become a sense, certainly in this country, of people being almost afraid to speak out for fear of retribution. One brings to mind instantly the case of Katie Halper, she of Useful Idiots fame, and the Katie Halper Show, who was fired a couple of weeks ago for, and she's Jewish, and she basically was fired from her position on the political show The Hill, on a program called The Rising. She's been doing that show for about 3 years as a guest spot, a weekly guest spot, and she had a monologue, and she basically stated quite clearly that by anyone's definition, Israel is an apartheid racist state, and she lost her job. She was told, don't say that kind of thing and don't come back. And, it's, it's kind of fascinating, this bizarre coalition between the far right Christian lunatics in America and the Zionist movement. And I could get into the details of that, but I won't do it right now because it would take a long time and it's probably a whole other show. Anyway, I'm going to dedicate this track to my new dear friend Ahmed. This is a track called My Mother by Marcel Khalifa.
أمي وتكبر في الطفولة يوما على صدري يومي وتكبر في الطفولة يوما على صدري يومي وأعشق عمري لأني إذا مت أخجل من دمع أمي من دمعي أمي. يوما وشاحا لهدبك خذيني أمي إذا عدت يوما وشاحا لهدبك وغطي عظامي بعشب تعمد من طور كعبك وغطي عظامي بعشب تعمد من طور كعبك وشد وثاقي بخصلة شعر بخيط يلوح في ذيل ثوبك بخيط يلوح في ذيل ثوبك عساني أصير إلها أصير عساني أصير إلها أصير إذا ما لمست قرارة قلبك خبز أمي وقهوتي أمي ولمسة أمي وتكبر في الطفولة يوما على صدري يومي وأعشق عمري لأني إذا مت أخجل من دمعي أمي من دمعي أمي. وحبل غسيل على سطح داري ضعيني إذا ما رجعت وقودا بتنور نارك أمي وحبل غسيل على سطح داري لأني فقدت الوقوف بدون صلاة نهارك لأني فقدت الوقوف بدون صلاة نهارك لأني لأعش انتظارك أمي خبز أمي وقهوتي أمي ولمسة أمي وتكبر في الطفولة يوما على صدري يومي وأعشق عمري لأني إذا مت أخجل من دمع أمي من دمع أمي.
أنا ليه بشتاق لقلبي من القصص والفيروزيات شلي ما نساني همه ليه النجوم تنشاف بس عارف إنه السما عمرها ما بتنجاب شو اللي ضل ينقال خايفة أخسر شي ما كان لي ولا يوم بعاتب بالأيام الجاي ما تكونوا زي زمان ما عشت ماضينا إحنا بس متمسكة باللي كان ما جمعنا إلا الذكرى وش الخيال طلع الأمل هو البخدع وأنا مش عارفة وين أروح في النوستالجيا مطر عم ينزل بس مش غيم Dreaming of silhouettes and no shade في ريش بس ما فيهاش طير في ضوء بآخر النفق roads to nowhere في نجم ضايع بالسما بس ما بتضوي إلا ذكرى علموني عشقها من عيوني وأحكي بمشاعر كل بيحسها بس خبوا إنه القصة كلها واحد بتنادي موجود لعبة تدلني لعبة توصلني بعاتب بالأيام الجاي ما تكونوا زي زمان ما عشت ماضينا إحنا بس متمسكة باللي كان ما جمعنا إلا الذكرى وش الخيال طلع الأمل هو البخدع وأنا مش عارفة وين أروح في النوستالجيا
لسه جاي بعد ما خلص العنب ونبيد ونشف عالكوباية إسا جاي بعد ما بدت تعب وقلبي بتحملش بداي لك إسا جاي بعد ما خلص العنب ونبيد ونشف عالكوباي إسا جاي بعد ما بدت تعب وقلبي بتحملش بداي إسا جاي بشالوا علبة سجاير وإيدي بتهمس في حشاي إسا جاي وليلي ونسي شكلي نهاري قرب عالنهاية جاي بعد ما خلص العنب ونبيد ونشف عالكوباية إسا جاي بعد ما بدت تعب وقلبي بتحملش بداي إسا جاي بشالوا علبة سجاير وإيدي بتهمس في حشاي إسا جاي وليلي ونسي شكل نهاري قرب عالنهاية إسا جاي بعد ما تخبرت الرفوف والشمس غابت عن سماي والهوا وقف محله والشتاء مفروض هو جاي انت جاي تيرارا تيرارا رارا تيرارا رارا ما الهوا وقف محله والشتاء مفروض هو جاي انت جاي إسا جاي بعد ما خلص العنب ونبيد ونشف عالكوباي إسا جاي بعد ما بدت تعب وقلبي بتحملش بداي إسا جاي بشالوا علبة سجاير وإيدي بتهمس في حشاي إسا جاي وليلي ونسي شكل نهاري قرب عالنهاية إسا جاي بعد ما تخبرت الرفوف والشمس غابت عن سماي والهوا وقف محله والشتاء مفروض هو جاي انت جاي
LGBTQ history moment from Radio Kingston. Billy Tipton was born on December 29, 1914, and grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, raised by his aunt after his parents divorced at an early age. When Tipton was growing up, he used the nickname Tippy as opposed to his first name. In 1933, Tipton began binding his chest and opted to permanently perform as a male jazz musician. And in 1940, he carried his public persona into his private life, living as a man full-time. Tipton played in jazz bands for many radio stations, and by 1940 was touring the Midwest with Scott Cameron's band. In 1949, he toured the Pacific Northwest with George Meyer, and in 1951, he became the band leader for the Billy Tipton Trio. Tipton was never legally married, but 5 women called themselves Mrs. Tipton throughout his life. Tipton passed away on January 21st, 1989, with a long career of great jazz music behind him. This has been an LGBTQ history moment from Radio Kingston.
Hi, I'm Blake File. Join me Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. for The File File. Socially, politically, economically, environmentally, and spiritually, our progress depends on intergenerational dialogues.
Because so much about modern life, it's pinballing our physiology all over the place.
I could almost feed that text in and have the relationship I want with my mother.
I just tried to fill out this magical world purely for my own delight.
And really great music. That's The File, Tuesday nights at 10 here on Radio Kingston, AM 1490, FM 1079, and anytime at radiokingston.org.
And we're just heading into the last 17 and a half minutes of the show. My name's Malcolm Byrne. This is the long way around on Radio Kingston. And for those of you who didn't know, yesterday we had our big Radio Kingston 5th anniversary. It's been 5 years, incredible 5 years here at Radio Kingston. And here's to another great 5 years. Speaking of free speech, I hope that my show hasn't upset anybody. And I also want to express my feelings of gratitude for being able to have someone like Ahmed on the show. There's a lot of places that he would not be able to be welcomed, and this is definitely one of them. And we very much look forward to having you back, my friend. So be well, and we'll get you back soon for an update as things go. Here's a track called Dubke System 47 Soul.
جسد واحد احنا نفس العصب مرة فلقوا الارض مرة اكل العصا هذا الحلاق وغيره قالوا النفير في الارض يصير ومش مستاهل سفير بالشغل اجي اغير صورة نمطية بنقش فكرة بيتي براسك زي النبطية اليمن سعيد يمن بلوز ديزرت فانكي دانس مونكي مونكي دانس مونكي يا منوقع تحت يا منعلى فوق بس ناس احنا ولاد بلد ولاد شتات ناس ذوق. مال رسالة من اللي بتحكي انت فيه بلوم. فيها منوقع تحت منضلنا في الوحل او ننجن ممنهج الجاهل. بس لا شوي روح جاب الحلم مخزوق. ضلك معنا السوق منضلنا نطلع فوق. نطلع فوق. كلكم عارفين يا منو مقطع. It's not personal. شو بيصير؟ Turn up the sound of the Galilee love. You hear it now, stomp on the ground. Banking system, we come into town. Pick up your keys at the lost and found. Not clear. Run back the tape. Everyone claiming that they got the label. Too cool, no fuel in the flame. Don't question the land, she tell you her name. رسالة ما بعت لي. رسالة ما بعت لك. رسالة ما بعت لي. ما بعت لي. ما بعت لك. لا لا رسالة ما بعت لي. رسالة ما بعت لك. هسا جاي تلومني وانا من قبلها يا ما حذرتك. لا بكتبي ولا بكتبك. لا بشرعي ولا بشرعك. دخلك هالحكي كله يرضى في ربي ولا ربك. انا انتو جماعة ذوق والله اهل بلدنا عن جد. لا يا
عايشين ورا سجون البنود اللي سجنين لنا. ما يتغير مش حاسين ورا نور الا سياج منها احنا شايفين سما. لونها ازرق غيمها ابيض بالنص نجمة ذكراك انت بخيرك. انا صامت عايش متفائل ما تعزل من الامل بيجي دار فاصل. السوري دور انا مربوط فلسطين كجنين لحبل الطابور. بالارض جذور شجر زيتون ضل تولد وتجدد وتجدد خصور. ممدود للسلام معروض لاحتلال ما يريد استسلام. ليه انا اللي ما إله حرية لاني انا رافض اني اعيش بعبودية.
وين ما اروح بشوف حدود سجن الانساني. لاطفال العالم حرة وانا مالي حرية. وين ما اروح بشوف حدود سجن الانساني. لاطفال العالم حرة وانا مالي حرية.
احنا بندور على السلام بين قوات. حرب رواد حرب معهم صرنا اولاد حرب. نطلب الحرية من السجون المعنية انه نكون معيون اللي دايما معمية من التفرج. اطفال العالم الحرة دايما ضل بتدحرج للحياة المرة. قواتنا شاطرين بس بتبهرج الكلام كلهم ماخدين تخرج بتعرج الاوطان. واحنا نستعمل قوة عشان الضعف بنتحمل الموت عشان الحياة عملنا بلطف ومش بعسف. للحياة انولدنا ولما لقيناها مش بايدينا جربنا ناخدها فمتنا. وكل اللي طلبناه كان نفس واللي ضحينا عشانه برضه كان نفس. انت قولي ليش اطفال العالم حرة وانا مالي انا مالي حرية.
وين ما اروح بشوف حدود سجن الانساني. لاطفال العالم حرة وانا مالي حرية. وين ما اروح بشوف حدود سجن الانساني. لاطفال
تشعروا كبت وانا بدي اموت عاجرا وانا لساتني شايف الاحتلال مادد ايده مش للسلام مش مساواة بل تيهديني قبل ما اشنقها كمان مش ظلام وجدار اللي فاصل بيني وبين حالي ما بخليني اشوف ضوء السماء الواحد و50 ولاية تربي كمان ولاية اللي تربى على حساب غيرها متأثرة من امها الهنود الحمر متأملة تمحينا تغسل دماغنا تقولنا انه المشكلة هي احنا
حتى تشوش العالم كلها ما تقدر على الحرية وين ما رح بنشوف حدود سجن الإنساني لأطفال العالم حرة ولا مالي حرية وين ما رح بنشوف حدود سجن الإنساني لأطفال العالم حرة ولا مالي حرية
وين ما رح بشوف حدود سجن الإنساني لأطفال العالم حرة وأنا مالي حرية نريد جيلا غاضبا نريد جيلا يصلح الآفاق وينكش التاريخ من جذوره وينكش الفكر من الأعماق نريد جيلا قادما مختلف الملامح لا يغفر الأخطاء لا يسامح لا ينحني لا يعرف النفاق نريد جيلا رائدا عملاق.
As you prepare your breakfast, think of others. Do not forget to feed the pigeons. As you wage your wars, think of others. Do not forget those who fight for peace. As you pay your water bill, think of others, those who are nursed by clouds.
As you return home, to your home, think of others. Do not forget the people of the camps.
As you sleep and count the stars, think of others, those who have nowhere to sleep.
As you liberate yourself with metaphors, think of others, those who have lost the right to speak.
As you think of others far away, think of yourself and say, if only I were a candle in the night.
This is for Palestine and Quds, the capital Jerusalem. Unarmed people marching to the wall and they're shooting them. Suppression is a question, resistance is the answer. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza. Palestine and Quds, the capital Jerusalem. Unarmed people marching to the wall and they're shooting them. Suppression is a question, resistance is the answer. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza.
All you see is war every time you turn your head at night. Bloodshed on the floor. Mother cries, who cries for her this time? There's truth between these walls. See the lies between the lines they hide. Where's the bullets coming from? From the tyrants dressed in our disguise.
I'm a rider till the end, even if I gotta push back for all my friends. Cause you know that I'm a fighter, let me see a lighter. And we not gonna stop the Palestine is free. But still you know that I'm a rider till the end, even if I gotta push back for all my friends. Cause you know that I'm a fighter, let me see a lighter. And we not gonna stop the Palestine is free.
Taught to not love, taught to be blind, taught to not care. Tell me what's free. Borderlines, military despair. How to exist if there's no rights to be human in fear? And if you take away your home, where's the heart supposed to live? Taught to not love, taught to be blind, taught to not care. Tell me what's free. Borderlines, military despair. How to exist if there's no rights to be human in fear? And if you take away your home, where's the heart supposed to live?
Palestine, free, free 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 Palestine. Ibrahim Abu Thureya could resist without a wheelchair. 10-year challenge, tell Regev we are still here. Until that killer Netanyahu, he should feel fear. The old live through us and guarantee the children will care. Criminal, not invincible, and you know it's Sarmadoon still sitting in their stoic. May not feel us with you when you listen to our poems. You inspire humanity, your resistance is heroic regardless of talk. Here's time we answer the call. Through your strength of spirit, you provide example for all. How to live, how to love when attacked from the clouds above. Loud and clear, the songs you sung can't be drowned by the sound of guns. Or just watch your tragic times through a satellite dish. The least that we can give you is an anthem like this. They panic tried to analyze and sanitize this, but we love you more than ever. Still, Palestine lives.
change, no. Run away, away. All I hate to face, no. Time to change this state. No change, no.
Continuing oppression of the Palestinians, encircling of the people of Gaza, the killing of civilians, the burning of homes, the daily oppression, the theft of land, the apartheid system in the West Bank, where there are two road systems, and I've been, and I'm sure you have, and you see the Israeli road, you see like a spanking new highway with just the settler cars getting backwards and forwards. Then you see the old Palestinian roads, and it's people living under two sets of laws. It's an apartheid system. So all this is being uncovered, and the boycotts and divestment and sanctions campaign, which I support, and I'm sure many other people do, as a peaceful protest against the Israeli oppression. Support groups have got to keep proclaiming the rights of the Palestinians are the right to return, the right to their homeland, really, and the theft of land is Israel is breaking international law. It is breaking the Geneva Convention.
The show is dedicated to the Palestinian people and to my friend Ahmed Shameya. Thank you very much. And if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we'll see you next week. Long live Palestine.
Severe gale 9, decreasing 6 in Humber later. Rain, then showers, moderate or poor becoming good. Southwesterly 6 to gale 8, occasionally severe gale 9.